Hello, everybody. Come on in here. Come on in and get some of this positivity on you. Indie fam and positivity posse. Welcome to the Victor Brooks Show, Instagram Indie Fam series. Y'all come on in. Let me welcome you into this space of artistry that we're so proud and happy that's growing globally, And come on in, y'all. Let's see. Who do we have here? Patricia Went. Thank you, Patricia, for joining us. Nathaniel, thank you for joining us. Once again, it's such an honor every time I see that Sister Astrid at 17 at 7 soulfully is able to join us on these episodes. Follow 17 at 7, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible things that Astrid and her company are doing there out of France for pretty much the same thing that so many artists are loving the opportunity to have that situation where their artistry is respected and their artistry is exposed. That's what 17 at 7 and all is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Easter back to you, Patricia. Happy Easter, all of that good stuff, Passover. We had an incredible show this morning, and once again, we're back to back with you, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, where we're welcoming my Fernanda Pruett, a friend of mine for quite some time, almost over 20 years. I've respected her journey, her artistry as a singer, songwriter, producer, and bass player. Fernanda is an artist personified. And we developed this format. I said, you know what? We need a format here on Instagram where we can focus on the artist and their journey. This is not American Idol. This is not The Voice. Those have its place, but here is the opportunity for us to come together, artist to artist, to discuss, to support is the main word of the day. Every time we sign on is the support of artistry, independent artistry and artistry itself. Music, photography, poetry, culinary, comedy, whatever your artistic expression is, keep on keeping on, y'all, because let me tell you something. Every period of the world, of the existence of history, art played a major part. There was either a song written, there was an artist that gave us what we needed during that time, that either pulled us through or reminded us of something that we needed to be reminded of. So come on in here, y'all. Barry Collins. Oh, my brother. I'm getting so many positive messages of your episode. Ladies and gentlemen, follow Barry Collins' music. The independent artistry of Barry Collins is just incredible. It takes you to a place that you will definitely introspect when you hear the music of Barry Collins. Thank you. Fabiana Moraes, muito obrigado, Fabiana, por seu tempo hoje agora. Muito obrigado. Harishi Putta, our brother out of India, thank you for your episode. Harishi was our first photographer that we had that joined us out of India. Follow Harishi's page. You see him here on the lineup. Oh my God, much love and much respect to the official Ladies of Sky. Sky, celebrate. You can just go on and on and on. These ladies, these legendary queens of soul music and R&B. Much love and much respect. And thank you for joining on our Facebook Live show. You joined Wendy Vaughn and I over there on Facebook. Thank you, Ladies of Sky. Ladies and gentlemen, follow the Ladies of Sky's page. Their music is a soundtrack of our lives, and it's what it is that this is about. Bobby Wilson, much respect today, Bobby, out of Las Vegas, one of the premier showmen of Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. When you want to see a show that brings you what you must have, you're going to see a Bobby Wilson show. The energy, the music, the artistry, the realism of what Bobby Wilson brings. Follow Bobby's page, ladies and gentlemen. Here at the Victor Brooks Show, I don't care whether my format on Facebook or my format right here on Instagram, I'm all about support. Follow, if it feeds your soul, share it to somebody else, because I'm pretty sure their soul will be fed as well. Like our guest today, Fernanda Froes Pruett is coming live to us, ladies and gentlemen, from Mount Shasta, California. Oh, I see she's here. I see she's here. Fabriani, my brother over there in Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, follow Fabriani's page. He also has this passion for artistry, and the support of artists around the world. Much love and much respect, my brother Fab. Thank you so much. I'm going to read this to you before we bring on. I'm going to read you directly from Fernanda's website, and go to her website, ladies and gentlemen, Fernanda Froes Pruett, I believe, .com, but she can give you the actual detail. And I'm going to read it as she has it on her website. It's as though she's talking to us. You know, come on in here, y'all. Beauty, harmony. Thank you, Camila Correa. Muito obrigado, Camila. Mi família de brasileira, meu coração muito cheiro agora. My Brazil family in Brazil, my heart is full. Thank you for joining us. Here we go. Fernanda says, I'm Fernanda Froes Pruett, a natural-born artist who inherited the music genes from my mother's side of the family. I'm a singer, songwriter, bassist, guitarist, and music producer born and raised in the city of São Paulo, Brazil. Fernanda Froes Pruett from Brazil. I moved to São Paulo, Brazil, to Los Angeles for the first time in 1993, where I studied at the Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California, which later led me to attend Santa Monica College in Santa Monica, California, and also UCLA Extension Program in LA. I went back to Brazil, Fernanda says, where I had my very first record deal with recording label Gravadora Eldorado. And my music CD, O Seu Dom, was released in the year 1997. Fernanda Froes. Since then, I never stopped playing live gigs, both as a solo artist and with a band, and also performing alongside some of the most awesome musicians I had the pleasure of meeting. Throughout the years, I also spent lots of time recording vocals to other bands and musicians, and countless hours of several recording studios, always making what I love to do the most in my life, music. Besides that, I also worked as an executive producer through the company Fernanda Froes Productions Artist, which was founded in 1996 in the city of São Paulo. In July of 2012, I moved once again from São Paulo, Brazil to Los Angeles, and my life changed immensely in the following years. I got married to Dan Pruett. In 2016, I'm officially a permanent resident of the U.S. on my path to the American citizenship. And alongside my husband, I run a production and promotion company named Double Feather Productions in California. My music CD From Brazil was released in the U.S. at the end of 2018, and you can listen to the songs and also download the songs and the music and the entire album, ladies and gentlemen. Follow Fernanda Pruett. Follow her artistry. Follow what it is that she's doing. Collaborations, the joint ship of artistry that this indie fam is growing around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and my pleasure to bring once again one of your new indie fam family members, Fernanda Froes Pruett. Let me see if I can get this in here the right way. And thank you, everybody who's joining and joining and joining. And if you like it and you love it, share this episode. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Fernanda?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for the introduction. That was awesome. That was amazing. Oh my God. You said it all.
Fernanda, you know what? When I was putting this together, And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I've had respect for this lady's artistry for over 20 years. Not just as an artist itself, but her combination of artistry, songwriting, singing, and bass playing. Fernanda,
Oh,
where did your artistry begin? How did it all start? When did you know you were an artist?
first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And same goes to you. I love you. You're my soul brother. We've been friends forever. And I admire you as a person, an artist, a
Thank you.
huge musician, and a
Thank you.
huge artist. And
Thank you.
wow, it's an honor for me to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so
So, my
much.
artistry, thank you. I think our artistry begins when we were born, right? I think we were born with that gift. And right. And
Yes.
I come from a family of musicians. I was gonna show you the picture of my grandparents, and my
Please.
grandfather
Yes.
has a band with his brothers and sisters and my aunt, but I totally forgot to ask my mom for that picture.
Okay.
But so they were musicians. My mom's family, they were all musicians, and so I am the youngest grandkid. So all my cousins started to learn music with our grandpa since they were kids. So it was like a family tradition. So I started learning the basics of music and singing and the basics of guitar with my grandpa when I was like
Right.
4 or 5 years old. And my mom always sang to me since I was a baby. So that was my mom's a singer too. So that was natural. That was natural. Thank God.
Okay. Okay. Right. Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I mean, incredible. It's like, so, yeah, I never really understood when people used to say, "Oh, artistry's in your blood." Artistry is it's who you are. It's what you were born with. But your story just it solidifies that it's something that you're born with. It all started like you just said. It started when we're born, is what you just mentioned. When did you
Yeah.
know that you were an artist? When did you know that you know what, I'm an artist?
Oh my goodness. So I always had that I inner calling. That's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a singer. I want to be an artist. And I always had my instruments at home. And then when I was 13 years old at school, we had those festivals at school where the students make their bands and they play live for the students, and I was the bass player of a band of kids. And I was like, well, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. And then when I was 15 years old, I started to play bass for a blues band. And my mom would take me to the rehearsals because I didn't take the subway with my bass and my amp. And mama would take me to the rehearsals every week. So that was it. That was it.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
wanted to be what I am, what we are.
Fantastic. And oh, girl, I can't wait to get into that part. You just said who we are, and that's why this format I wanted to bring a place where us as artists could come together. We could
Yeah.
talk as artists, because sometimes we can get into a conversation where others may not fully understand what we're feeling, what we're saying, what our fears are, what our hopes are, what our journey has been. So
Yeah.
hearing your story, I know it's connecting with so many artists who are watching now and who will watch later. So your journey as a young musician and the support of your mother and developing your craft as a bass player, what drew you to the bass guitar?
Oh my gosh. Everybody's gonna laugh at me, but it was Gene Simmons from Kiss.
There you go. That's right. Gotcha.
Because I
Okay.
always played acoustic guitar and I always sang. But then when I was 10 years old, Kiss went to Brazil for the first time. I wasn't old enough to go to the concert, but my mom's sister's husband was friends with the artistic manager who brought Kiss to Brazil. So he took us to the hotel. We had lunch with them. We went to the press interview, and then we had dinner with them. And they didn't have, at the time, they wore makeup, but they didn't have makeup on when they were with us. And Gene Simmons was like extremely, he's very polite, and he was really polite and was a gentleman to us. And then I was like, oh my God, I want to play with what he plays. And I went to the music store with my dad, and I was like, oh, that's what I want. I want a bass guitar. And the bass guitar, like it was an electric bass, so when you put it upright, it was almost tall as I was. It was huge. And then I asked the guy from the store, okay, how do I tune this? What are the notes? And that was it. That was funny. And then I started playing bass.
Oh, fantastic. You know what? The people are giving you the love right now. One of our past guests, the incredible Kiki Cub, said, you are really lovely, Fernanda, and the whole thing of artistry, you know? And, you know,
I watched her show. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I watched her show and I loved it. Her story is wonderful. Like everybody you brought to the program, everybody has a beautiful history. Everybody has a beautiful life journey to share. And as I told you before privately, thank you for giving us a voice. Thank you for letting us share what we have to share. And as many artists that you brought before mentioned, and you mentioned before, sometimes or many times we let our artistry like in second place because life happens and our artistry gets put in a drawer, and we close the drawer and it stays there, and that's it. But when I heard that on your show, I'm like, that was such a relief. I'm like, okay, so I'm not the only one. It doesn't happen only with me. It happens to all of us. But the most beautiful about it, our artistry, even if we put it on a drawer, sometimes it opens the drawer by itself and it says, I'm here, because this is what we are. So we can't run away from that, from our artistry. So thank you so much for all that, thank you.
Oh my goodness, girl, ladies and gentlemen, you see what I told you, Fernanda. You hit it right on the head, sister.
Right.
That's it. And and let's go there. What is it about artistry, Fernanda, that seems to feed the world? What is it that the world needs from our artistry?
God, it feeds the soul. It feeds the soul. Whether it's music or poetry or painting, or even, as you mentioned, you're going to bring some cooking artists. And even cooking is an artist, and it's a form of art. So it feeds us, it feeds our soul. So and people are sometimes we're so busy with our lives and do this and do that automatically, we work, we pay the bills, but then, oh my God, when we can plug into something that feeds us, and usually it's art, some form of art, so we feel whole. So I think that's what makes artistry so special, because it comes from the soul and it touches people's soul as well, from soul to soul.
Soul to soul. That's right, sis. Soul to soul. And with artistry, with your artistry, Fernanda, what feeds your artistic creativity? What gives you that energy for your creativity?
People like you, people like the ones you brought to the show, because as I said, sometimes my artistry gets put in a drawer and that's it. But then when I see people like you and so many beautiful, wonderful artists we have all over the world, and whether in LA, in Mount Shasta, and that feeds my artistry, because that reminds me of who I am. I identify with that. I connect with that. I'm like, yeah. Okay. I gotta be creative. creative. I gotta play. I gotta sing. Oh, okay. I'm having a busy day, but it doesn't matter. I want to do that. I have to do that because if I don't do that, my soul gets ill and my body gets ill. So we need that. We need that. We need that.
Oh, my soul gets ill. My body
Right.
gets ill. Indie fam and positivity posse, you know it's time for my commercial. Every time our guests say something that just hits me like that, I'm going to take a commercial and I'm going to co-sign of what Fernanda just said. Your soul. It hits us to the core, y'all. You know, when we're on a flight, ladies and gentlemen, and the stewardess tell us to put our mask on first so that we can help the person who's next to us, Fernanda, you see what I'm saying? It's like artists. We gotta feed ourselves because we're usually the ones that give and give and give and give and give. It's just who we are. That's not a bad thing, but we have to remember we got to put that artistic oxygen mask on, like Fernanda just said, and feed our souls. Is that, in
Exactly.
essence, Fernanda, where you're coming from? Was that what you're saying, or no?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
exactly what I'm saying. Because that's our oxygen, like our metaphorical oxygen, right? And if we don't put that mask on, we die. We die if we
That's
don't
right.
breathe,
That's
right?
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
And being an independent artist, Fernanda, much respect, because I know you've been a signed artist. You've had your record deals. You've done your releases. You've been in this
All the
for a
glamour,
while.
all the
You know,
glamour of the profession.
what is the main difference you feel between the days of a signed artist, and who knows, maybe signed artist again, but the independent artist and the signed artist, is there a relationship that we must connect and understand between the two?
Well, either a signed artist and an independent artist, we're all artists. But being an independent artist gives us the freedom to own, like Alicia was saying before, right?
Yeah,
You gotta own your catalog, you gotta own your
absolutely.
body of
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
And sometimes artists have such a beautiful body of work, beautiful compositions and their work, and they can't even afford their rent because they don't own that work.
Mhm.
And some other people and publishing companies, they make the money.
Mhm.
So being independent gives you the freedom to publish your own work and own your own work and be who you are, not being
That's
told
right.
what to do,
That's
and not having to follow someone's orders because you got to do that, be that,
yeah,
have your hair a certain way or play
yeah,
certain gigs. No, being independent, yeah, it's hard. Of course it's hard. Of course it's hard because you got to do everything yourself, right?
yeah,
And things are tough. It's tough to get booked. Sometimes it's more expensive to to play and pay your musicians, your equipment and everything you need to do to have that gig out there. It's more expensive to do all that than the gig itself, than what you get paid. So, right, it's hard, but doesn't matter. It gives you such a feeling of freedom because you own your artistry, you own your career, and that's it. You don't need to
valuable,
explain
valuable.
yourself, right?
Say that again. What'd you say?
You don't have to explain yourself. You basically do what you want to do when you want to do. But it's
Right.
tough. It's tough,
But
but
it's
that's the
tough.
beauty of it, right?
Yes, how we can say that beautiful balance of,
Yes, it is.
like you just said, it's beautiful, but it's tough. And I know you, one of the things I've always respected about your journey is that performer, songwriter, singer, but then also your own business
Sorry.
decisions as well. Your
True.
own
That's
decisions
true.
as when it comes to production and I believe it's at one point you were doing your own management and booking your own agent and that as your own agency as well, right? So what did
Yes.
all of that what was that experience like as an independent artist, doing your
That
of
was
all the things?
that was awesome. I ended up opening my own production company because of the paperwork, because I found it was easier for me to manage all that bureaucracy and the paperwork and the taxes that come with all that. It was easier for me to have it all myself. And I'm a Taurus just like you. We're
That's
from,
right.
you know,
Right.
we
That's
are
right.
born under the sign of Taurus. So we
That's
are
right.
doers, you know, we are doers. We get things done. So
Hmm.
sometimes when working under other production companies, you had to wait for their time to get things done, and having our own shit together.
Yes, that's right. That's
You
right.
know,
Yes, I
make
got you.
expedite things, you get things done. So it was awesome to be able to do that, and also work with other artists in Brazil as an executive producer. So it
Mm.
was always wonderful. But I had to close that production company in 2016 because I wasn't in Brazil. It was a period of time in my life that I wasn't able to go to Brazil. I was waiting for my green card. So I've been 7 years without going to Brazil. So it made no sense to have a production company open in Brazil and paying taxes every month. So we were like, okay,
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
close it, and that's that. It is what it is. That's life.
Gotcha.
I might in the future get it going again in Brazil, but we had to end it in 2016. But it was 20 years of work.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Wow.
It was awesome. A
It was
lot of
awesome.
experience.
And you know what? I get a lot of, and much respect, sister, much respect. And because you never gave up. You kept on, like we say, you keep on keeping on,
Yeah, I
And
love that phrase.
yeah, you keep on. And now I get certain emails and certain, independent artists that it could be frustrating for the exposure as an independent artist,
Yes,
getting
it
the
is.
public to
It is.
see, to hear your artistry. What are your thoughts and advice to other artists on that?
Oh, first of all, just like you said, keep on keeping on because it's hard. Of course, we don't get the same exposure. We don't get millions of views, but we if we can reach one person at a time and make a difference to that person's life, wow, it's okay. You mission accomplished,
That's right.
because that's what we bring people. We bring joy and inspiration. So beautiful to talk about it, but
Yes.
living it is real
Yes.
hard
And
because it's really frustrating sometimes. Sometimes you're like, oh my god, I
yeah.
gotta do it. Gotta do everything by myself, and oh, I don't get the recognition I think I deserve. But it is what it is. That's life. Everything's hard. But my advice, if I can give someone some kind of
Please.
advice, keep on going. Don't give up. Don't give up, because like you said, that's what we do for life. And if we don't give our artistry a voice, if we don't let it out, our soul gets ill and then our body gets ill. So no matter if you're going to be watched by 1 people, 10 people, nobody, if you're going to have 5 people, 50 people, or 5,000 people in your gig, do it. Just do it. Just do it, because it is what gives us a purpose in life, our artistry. So that's what I say. Keep on keeping on, paraphrasing you. Never
Oh,
give
come on,
never give
Fernanda. That's it. Hey, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is who we are. We're artists. We're the ones that maybe in a time of our life, y'all, we were the ones that were considered the weird ones, the ones that didn't think the way the others thought. While everyone was in school, I can remember, like I mentioned earlier, that everyone's taking a test, but I'm the one looking out the window at how this tree is blowing to the other tree, or thinking of something artistically. This is who we are. And finding that medium, that connection, ladies and gentlemen, is the magic of what it is that we do. We know we all must make a living. Those bills come every 30 days, that's for sure. But whatever it is, we have to find first of all, we like Fernanda just said, y'all, we just keep on doing it. Life is going to make us feel like sometimes, why are we doing this? What is this for? Let me ask you this, Fernanda. Was there a period, or more or less, I know for myself, I'm going to take it to myself. There was a period where I said, you know what? This artistry is not paying my bills. I've come from a career of artistry. I've come from a career of this is what I do. This is what I've always done. And y'all know Indie Fan Positivity Posse, I'm going to always bring it back to myself and keep it real. And if those of you out there who understand, you know, you got it. But there came a time at a crossroad where I said, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Is it always important to make that decision to either totally stop or keep going in some way? Is the money going to stop us, or is it the career, or is it the artistry of expression? Did that make any sense of what I'm saying? Do we stop our career because we're not making any money, or do we keep on with our career because the artistry feeds our soul? That's the main question.
Well, that's what happens to us.
Yeah.
We stop our careers because the money is not coming. We get frustrated and the inspiration is not coming, and that's it. We put it on inside the drawer, put it on a shelf, and that's it. And okay, right? Go on with our lives. But then something's missing. That artistry that we put up there is missing. And what are you going to do about it? You got to get it back, because realistically it never left you. And like I said, it kicks the drawer open by itself, and it gets out of that drawer and says, I'm here. What are you going to do about me? Right? So yeah, both situations, they happen in our lives, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know, sometimes we just stop doing what we do, but we always come back to that, because we can't live without. So.
Come back. Right on, sister. Right on. You know what, Fernanda? Let me tell you. And so now tell us, you are in California, right? And you joined with your husband. You're very open about what it is that you guys are doing. Is your husband also a performer or musician and artist?
He's not. We met when I was performing in a town south of Mount Shasta, a town called Dunsmuir, and he went there to see me, and that was the beginning of our story. So he's not a performer, but he has his own artistry because he loves gardening, and he's capable of getting a bare land with nothing and transform it and make it a beautiful landscape with trees and plants. And so he's an artist in his own way.
Yes, he is.
He's Cancer, he's pretty sensitive. And then we work together as producers. We have a production company called Double Feather Productions, because the Dan and Fernanda, DFP, so Dan and Fernanda Pruett. Double Feather Productions. He's from a Native American family on his mother's side. So our logo are some letters made out of feathers, and we work together. He works as my producer. He helps me to carry the equipment.
See, that's support. Gotcha.
Yeah, support. He's always been there for me, and he answered the phone calls. He deals with the places where I play, so I don't have to deal with those people, because sometimes we're so protective of our art. So dealing with money, how much are you going to get paid, and blah blah blah. So sometimes we take it personal. It's offensive. So I let him deal with that part, and. The agents, he deals with that, and he deals with the musicians, and not deals with the musicians, not that, but he talks to them. He makes all the arrangements with them and everything, and always there we're always there. We're always together. And then helps me breaking
Fantastic.
down the equipment, putting everything in the car, and that's who we
Yeah,
are.
much respect on that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm already getting the lineup here. You see the people, they're giving you the thumbs up, they're giving you the love.
Thank you.
And you
Thank you.
know, is there anything, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have can you play something for us? If not, I understand. If it's
Can I
too
sing
soon.
something a cappella, the song that I sang on the promo that I did
Whatever
today?
you want to give us, music. Cause see, that's the thing. You're a singer, songwriter, bassist. So whatever
In
you want,
Portuguese, right? In Portuguese, from Brazil.
that's fine. Por favor, please.
So I'm
That's
gonna
no
play a
problem.
little. I'm gonna sing a little bit of a song called Vila Madalena. Vila Madalena is the neighborhood where I lived in Brazil. I wasn't born there. I was born more like in the heart of São Paulo, like the Avenida Paulista, Paulista Avenue. It's like the Wall Street, the financial center of São Paulo, which is a concrete jungle, skyscrapers and stuff. But I always like the neighborhood of Vila Madalena. It's a very artistic neighborhood in São Paulo, just like Venice in California, not the Venice, the beach, but the neighborhood in Venice. So I moved there when I don't remember how old I was, but it was in the year 2000. I was able to move there. So, wow, it was a dream come true to live at Vila Madalena, Madalena Village, because it's a very artistic neighborhood in São Paulo. So I wrote a song to that, making a tribute to that place. It was like this. Meu amor, tô na Vila Madalena. Se você quiser, já pode vir pra cá. Na certeza de que vai valer a pena. O que mais eu quero agora é te abraçar. Tem gente do mundo inteiro, é carnaval nem fevereiro. E a Madalena que não para de cantar. Vem gente do mundo inteiro, não é carnaval nem fevereiro. E a Madalena que não para de sambar. Vila Madalena.
Oh, wow, fantastic. And you wrote this. This is one of your original pieces.
It is. Together with Arthur Maia, he was the producer of my record, bass player.
Yes.
He passed like 3 years ago. And two other musicians from Brazil. So we co-wrote that song. Yeah.
Wow.
I came up with the idea of Vila Madalena.
Fantastic. You know what? And you're right. That neighborhood is one of my favorite places in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, to just go.
Vila Madalena?
Yes, one of my
Really?
favorite. I usually stay in Moema area.
At the
But
Bourbon
Villa,
Street Music Club.
there you go. But Villa Magdalena, my agent Decio, Brazilian agent, took me there, and the energy and the creativity. It's like
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
yes, exactly.
I was
So
like
I
to
understand.
explain that to you. You've been there. Oh my God, that's so amazing.
No, it's just wonderful. And you know what? I just wanted to know too, being a live performer and studio performer, which you are. Are there two different energies that you get, or is it one better than the other, or is it one that explain the difference for you as an artist with the live performer and studio performer?
Okay, I can't say one is better than the other because they're different vibes, different energies, right? Being live on stage, wow, it's wow, it's the most when you're whole, when you are at your higher expression, you're letting you're expressing yourself. Well, I can't even explain in words, but you're like, you transcend, you're able to transcend. When you're in the studio, it's really awesome too, but you got that responsibility. You're working on the clock and you got to do it. You can't put that passion on it, the same things you would do live because you got to, as much as you're recording your own songs and you record it with passion and everything, but I think we feel more contained when we are at a studio, especially when you're working for other people, for other musicians doing backing vocal or and
Mhm.
whatnot. So you're like working on the choir, right? You got to be
Yeah,
more
yeah.
contained and limit
Mhm.
yourself to whatever you have to do and not go
Yeah, right. I
totally
got you.
free and
I got
crazy
you.
on your
Yeah,
expression because that's not the time for that. So
yeah.
everything has the time and place. Does it make
Time
sense?
and place.
Sometimes my English is not that good.
No, no, that's good.
Try
And
to
everything
explain
has its
myself in
time.
English, but I sometimes
Oh
I think in
no, much
Portuguese it's so
respect.
hard.
Much respect. No, no. And it's like, well, I always ask my guests in part of the conversation, or in sometime in the conversation, in your opinion, what is the mission of an artist? Why are we here? Why do we give what we give, Fernanda?
Because by putting our art out there, that gives a purpose to our lives. It feeds our soul. So I think we have a mission with ourselves to never give up. Because as I said, if we don't give that food to our souls, the souls get ill. And I think we have more than a mission, but we have the the obligation, I might say,
Mm.
to let the artistry flow through us because people need that. People need that. Sometimes you can make the whole difference in a person's life just by singing a song to them. You don't know, sometimes they're having a bad day, sometimes they need that. That's exactly what they need because everything is frequency, right?
Yes.
Sound
Yeah.
heals. The sound can be healing. Everything is frequency. So I believe you can, you know, bring meaning to a person's life if they
Mm.
are, if they're lost, if they're sad, depressed, and so sometimes just like hearing a word, like a
Yeah.
word can lift someone or can put someone down. I think it's the same with music, but not putting someone down. The music can lift someone's spirits, as well as we can lift our spirits. It can lift other people's spirits. So that's what we have to do. And by bringing some good energy to other people, you bring good energy to yourself too. It's a cycle. So it's what heals us. It's what heals us. So yeah, we have to do that. We can't be selfish and put it in a drawer. We have to let it out to the world.
Ooh, I like that. Not be selfish. Putting our artistry in the drawer and not releasing it for the world, because as you just so beautifully put, what heals us artistically could very well heal somebody else who hears
Yeah,
it, who listens to
yeah,
it, who feels it, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
that's exactly, exactly. Fernanda Froes Pruett, my friend, my sister, thank you so much for joining
Oh
us
my
today.
God, I thank you. I thank you. It's an honor for me. Well, I'm
Oh,
really
vice
happy
versa.
to be part of such a beautiful project of yours, bringing us a voice. You give us a voice by bringing
Mhm.
us to your show. And I've been listening to the artists you brought, to their stories. It's such an inspiration for me, and I believe to everybody who watches. So thank you so much for doing what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Muito obrigado, minha irmã.
Muito
Muito
obrigada.
obrigado. Muito respeito para você, sua arte, sua música.
Então,
Ah, muito
obrigada
respeito.
também. Obrigada,
Ok.
meu amigo. Você é meu amigo do coração. Thank you.
Edinho, muito obrigado. Tchau.
Tchau.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was just another inspiring, fantastic episode of the importance of artistry, of who we are, why we do what we do, why we must do what we do. And Kiki, thank you. I see your line up here. Patricia, thank you so much. Everyone who's joined us, and once again, Official Smooth Jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, follow that page. Some incredible music and expressions of artistry. Much respect for what you're doing, Official Smooth Jazz. Thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, follow Fernanda Froes Pruett's page. Stay in touch. If something inspired you today, now you know why you love the music of Fernanda Froes Pruett so much, because we were able to talk. We were able to communicate from her heart, from her soul, of what it is that she writes, why she writes, what it is that her mission is for her artistry, just as all of the other guests that take their time to come on. And this is our mission, you all. It's not, I say it all the time, this is not a moment. This is a movement of what we're doing. We are rekindling in some areas of what the necessity of artistry is about. A lot of times artistry can just be caught in the mix. It can go over the head. It can be taken for granted, not just by the public, but by ourselves as artists. This is what we do. This is why we do what we do. Hey, I had my own pause. I've been very honest about my time of getting away from my artistry, but my artistry never got away from me. I had to remember and to go back and to understand that this is what I am. This is what I do. So you, ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late. Write that song, paint that picture, take that picture, cook that new version of that cuisine of culinary artistry. Do that stand-up comedy of artistry that you do. Do you. Do your art. Give it to the world. We want it. We need it. We must have it. And come on back and get some of this positivity on you, y'all. Take a bath in it. Take a shower in it. Scuba dive in it. Skinny dip in it if you want to. But whatever you do, jump in that pool of positivity. And when you come out, sprinkle it on as many people as you can, because that's what it's all about. I love you. And we'll see you next time on the Victor Brooks Show, Instagram, Indie Fam Series.